Y'all ready for this? Let's go.
Welcome back to the Ben James Smith podcast. This is going to be a slightly shorter episode. In the last episode, we talked about why now is a moment of transition and why those periods are often where disciplined investors begin to position. Today, I want to answer a very simple question. What happens next from here? Because once you reach a point where something makes sense, the most common hesitation is not doubt, it's uncertainty around what to do. Up to this point, we've covered a lot. How capital thinks, how property markets behave, why structure matters, how platforms operate, and at a certain point, understanding becomes complete enough. Not perfect, but sufficient. And that's when the shift happens. From learning to deciding. The first step isn't what people expect. Many people assume the next step in investing is a big decision, a large commitment, a fully formed conclusion. But in reality, it's much simpler. It's engagement, taking a closer look, asking questions, understanding the structure in more detail. Because clarity doesn't come from thinking alone. It comes from interaction. So what to focus on? If you're at that stage where things are starting to make sense, the focus should be on a few key areas. How capital is structured, how decisions are made, how risk is controlled, and how consistency is maintained over time. Not just what the opportunity is, but how it behaves, because behavior is what ultimately matters. One of the most common mistakes at this point is overthinking, trying to analyze every possible scenario, waiting for absolute certainty. But as we've discussed before, certainty doesn't exist in investing. What matters is, do you understand the structure? Do you understand the behavior? And does that align with how you want your capital to be managed? If the answer is yes, the next step becomes much simpler. The final point is about timing, not market timing, decision timing. The longer a decision is delayed after understanding is reached, the more it tends to drift, not because the opportunity changes, but because attention shifts. So there's a natural window between understanding something and acting on it. And that window is where clarity is strongest. So what happens next from here? It's not about rushing, it's not about pressure. It's simply about moving from understanding to engagement and allowing clarity to turn into action in a way that feels considered and aligned. Thanks for listening. And remember, the hardest part of investing isn't finding the right opportunity. It's recognizing when you already understand enough to act. I'll see you in the next episode.